my partners, Lisa Dianingrum, dan Ferry Indrianto. In this time, we will explain to you all about listening comprehension assessment. The importance of listening. Listening has often played second fiddle to its counterpart speaking. In the standardized testing industry, a number of separate oral production tests are available, but it's rare to find just a listening test. Jadi posisi listening di sini itu kedua setelah speaking. Istilahnya lengkap. Tapi walaupun begitu, sangat penting untuk basic English yang lainnya, entah itu di writing, reading, apalagi speaking. Karena how could you speak a language without listening? Kita pasti tahu bahwa orang yang tuli sejak lahir pasti tidak bisa berbicara. Karena belajar berbicara itu ya harus mendengarkan terlebih dahulu untuk mengetahui katanya itu apa, bagaimana pengucapan yang benar, konteks pembahasan yang dibicarakan itu apa, sehingga kita bisa merespon dengan baik itu dengan mendengarkan. Micro and macro skill of listening. Jadi dengan mempelajari dua hal tersebut, kita dapat menentukan tujuan pembelajaran dan sebagai forcing untuk membuat tes agar bisa lebih hati-hati dalam mengidentifikasi penilaian tertentu. Yang pertama, micro skill itu ada attending to the smaller bit and chunk of language, such as interpretation of intonation patterns used in linguistic decoding skill, and a bottom-up process. Sedangkan macro skill itu fokus on the larger element, such as listening for specific information, following direction, following instruction, and a top-down process. Basic type of listening. Di sini saya akan memperkenalkan kalian apa saja basic type of listening. Di sini ada 4. Yang pertama intensive, contohnya ada phoneme, word and intonation. Selanjutnya ada responsive, contohnya a greeting, command and question. Kemudian selective, contohnya TV, radio news item and stories. Dan yang terakhir extensive, yaitu listening for the gist, the main idea, and making inference. Dengan kita mengetahui basic type of listening, kita bisa menentukan assessment task and procedure yang tepat. Masih bingung? Tidak apa-apa, masih ada sesi berikutnya yang merupakan penjabaran dari basic type of listening keempat ini oleh partner saya.
Okay, next, designing, assessing text for intensive listening. Once you have determined objectives, your next step is to design the text, including making decisions about how you will elicit performance and how you will expect the test taker to respond. We will look at texts that rank from intensive listening performance to extensive comprehension of language in communicative context. This focus in this section is on the micro skill of intensive listening. The first is recognizing phonological and morphological elements. A typical form of intensive listening at this level is the arrangement of recognition of phonological and morphological elements of language. For example, phonemic pair consonant. Test taker here, he is from Jakarta. Test taker read, he is from Jakarta. Phonemic pair vowels. Test taker here, is he living? Test taker read, is he living? It's very different. Okay, next is paraphrase recognition. The next step up on the scale of listening comprehension microscale is words, phrase, and sentence. For example, morphological ed in ending. Test taker here, I miss you so much. Test taker read, I miss you so much. It's very different. Okay, next is designing assessment tasks responsive listening. Listening to a relatively short stretch of language in order to make an equally short response. A question and answer format can provide some interactively in those lower and listening tasks. The test taker's response is the appropriate answer to a question. For example, the question is, how much time did you take to do your homework? And the answer choice is A. In about 1 hour. B. About 1 hour. C. About $10. And D. Yes, I did. The output, the objective of this item is recognition of the web question, how much, and his appropriate response. The structure are chosen to represent common learners' errors. A. Responding to how much versus how much longer. C. Confusing how much in reference to time versus the more frequent reference to money. And D. Confusing question with a yes or no question. None of the tasks so far discussed have to be from in a multiple choice format. They can be offered in a more open-ended framework in which test taken read or speak the response. Okay, next to the material.
The next is about designing assessing tasks for selective listening. There are three assessing tasks in this designing, and a third type of listening performance is selective listening, in which the test taker listens to a limited quantity of oral input and must discern within it some specific information. And in generally, processing strategies of discourse such as a short monologues for several minutes in order to scan for certain information. Yang mana tipe kegiatan ini dari mendengarkan secara selektif, peserta didik mendengarkan dari materi yang disampaikan oleh guru yang di dalamnya terdapat informasi yang spesifik, atau pada umumnya itu seperti monolog singkat selama beberapa menit untuk memindai informasi tertentu. And the first is about listening clause. Listening clause. In a listening clause, task usually used in test taker is asked to supply an appropriate word, and usually test takers see a transcript of the passage that they are listening to and fill in the blanks with the words or phrases that students hear. One potential weakness of listening clause is that they may simply become reading comprehension tasks. Biasanya dalam pengambilan tes diminta untuk menjawab soal-soal seperti fill in the blanks words or phrases that students hear in listening clause. Dan satu kelemahan yang bisa timbul yaitu mereka bisa saja hanya mendalami materi dari tugas-tugas dari keterampilan mendengarkan itu. And next, information transfer. Selective listening can also be assessed through an information transfer technique in which orally processed information must be transferred to a visual representation such as labeling a diagram, identifying an element and a picture, completing a form, or showing routes on a map. Pendengaran selektif dapat dinilai melalui informasi yang mentransfer proses ulang visual, seperti melabelkan diagram, mengidentifikasi elemen gambar, melengkapi form, atau menampilkan rute pada peta. Itu contoh-contohnya. And last is sentence repetition. The task of simply repetition a sentence or partial sentence. Usually, sentence repetition used as an assessment of listening comprehension. Sentence repetition is far from a flawless listening assessment task. This task may take only recognitions of sounds, and it can easily be contaminated by lack of short-term memory ability, thus invalidating it as an assessment comprehension alone. Maksud ini tugas untuk sekedar mengulangi sebuah kalimat atau sebagian kalimat, atau pengulangan kalimat yang juga digunakan sebagai penilaian untuk mendengarkan pemahaman. Jadi, sentence repetition itu biasanya dimaksudkan dalam tugas-tugas tertentu. Seperti pengulangan kalimat jauh dari tugas penilaian pendengaran yang sempurna. Itu menguji pengakuan terhadap suara dan dapat dibenahi oleh kurangnya kemampuan memori jangka pendek. Dengan demikian, sebagian penilaian dihasilkan atas kemampuan bawaan, seperti itu. And then designing assessing tasks for extensive listening. And this section seems to provide us reasonable, valid methods for integrating listening skills and writing skills, and for tapping into cohesive elements of language implied in short passage. However, a word caution, let's assume that the dictation provides a quick and easy method of assessing extensive listening comprehension. In generally listening to develop a top-down global understanding of spoken language. And the practically of the administration of this station, moderate degree of reliability in a well-established scoring system, and a strong correspondence to other language abilities speaks well for the inclusion of discrimination among the possibilities for assessing extensive listening comprehension. Dalam listening comprehension ini, yang di extensive listening menyediakan metode yang cukup baik untuk mempelajari keterampilan mendengar dan menulis untuk menyerap unsur-unsur bahasa kohesif yang tersirat dalam paragraf-paragraf singkat. Meskipun sebuah kata yang menyediakan metode ini cepat dan luas untuk menilai keterampilan pendengaran tersebut. Dan pendengaran melalui extensive listening ini biasanya didalami a top-down global understanding of spoken language. Biasanya kadang guru menggunakan aplikasi YouTube ataupun MP3, itu termasuk extensive listening. Terlepas dari ketidaksesuaian ini, tingkat keterampilan yang ringan dalam sistem mencetak skor yang baik dan korespondensi yang kuat dengan kesanggupan bahasa lain sangat cocok untuk menyerap daya pengamatan di antara kemungkinan-kemungkinan untuk menilai pemahaman yang efektif untuk mendengarkan melalui extensive listening ini. And thanks for your attention for our explain method today. And the last I say, wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.